Where have you been since last time we saw you?
Home.
How was that?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, we travel so much now, and like with the races being basically all over the planet, and yeah, I mean, I'm calling Girona my home now since a couple of years, and usually the only period that I really spend significant amount of time is in the beginning of the year, which was now. So that was nice. I really enjoyed it, even though it was quite rainy and cold. So maybe not the best preparation for Singapore. But yeah, just being there, like with my training partners, like all the coffee shops, my own roads. It's nice. It was nice. It's really good. And well, that's about it. I didn't do very much since the last time, since we were in Dubai. Yeah. It's not even that long ago. Like it feels like it's yesterday, and we have to race again.
So how are you feeling now? It's the start of the season.
Yeah, the start of the season, it always makes you a little bit nervous because I mean, you kind of know where you are compared to yourself last year, but you don't know what the other people have done. And either way, there are a lot of new faces in T100, a lot of ones that I think will be very impactful on the race. So yeah, it's kind of like the first race is also a step into the unknown, and yeah, I don't know. It's very hard to see where everyone's gonna end up.
Do you think it's going to be a big change this year? With people coming in?
Yeah, actually, I think it's gonna be changing a lot.
In what ways?
It will be more competitive. It will be more difficult. It will be harder. It will be even closer racing than last year. I think, yeah, what is the big difference is that last year they gave the contracts. Well, actually, both years they gave the contracts based on the PTO ranking, but in 2023 there was only 2 or 3 PTO races, which made that a lot of guys that were really high in the rankings were mainly Ironman guys, and maybe they weren't that competitive at the T100 distance. So you had a couple of people with a contract that weren't that competitive, if we're very honest. And I think this year that's changed. Like, I think of the 20 guys that have contracts, probably, yeah, 15 could win any race. So that's gonna make it really, really hard for us athletes, but I think it's gonna make it like very spectacular for the spectators.
Is it exciting?
Yeah. I mean, in a way, it makes you nervous as well, especially before the first race of the year, because you have kind of no idea where you're gonna be stacking up. But it does excite me, you know. Like in the end, you don't want to just win a race where no one's on the start line. Like, you want to beat the best guys in the world. And yeah, I mean, I think that if I look at the list that we have here, like, they're all here. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Do you think now there is, like you can safely say now, it's got the best in the world here?
Yes, I think yes. Now over the T100 distance, like maybe, yeah, Magnus and Sam are missing. I think, especially on the bike power, they are really exceptional. They're missing, but all over, I think we're very close to having, yeah, the 20 best guys on the line now. And yeah, I mean, they can always come, man. Like, if they are too scared to sign a contract, then that's not our fault.
Who are you most excited to race out of the new people?
Actually, a lot of them.
Is there any that you haven't raced before?
No, well, not over this distance. I haven't raced many of them, actually, of the new guys. Like, I've raced a lot with Hayden, but I've never raced him in a half. I've raced a lot with Leo. I've never raced him in a half. I've raced a lot with Vincent Louis. I haven't raced him in a half. I've raced with Jelle. He beat me in a half. So, well, in the T100, but yeah.
Yep, the only man to beat you is now a contracted athlete.
Yeah.
Is that where the fear's coming from?
I wouldn't say fear, but yeah, I would like to take revenge at some point, and we're both on the line here, so well, I'm at least gonna try to do it straight away, but I do think that Jelle does have a bit of an advantage here, coming from Australia. Similar conditions, whereas I come from European winter. Like, he has similar conditions, like coming off a summer, trained really well, no time difference. So that's a lot of excuses, damn. Yeah, like I didn't do super much, but that was actually also because we did actually so much heat prep in February already that we broke the local sauna. We were doing a lot of sauna preparation, and yeah, I think from us sweating, the bench basically just broke. And yeah, they hadn't repaired that in like 2 months, so then we couldn't do sauna anymore. But we did quite a lot of heat training as well, especially on the bike this time, not so much on the run. So yeah, I should be prepared, but it's still different, you know. Like, I went for a run earlier, and yeah, it's very intense. I actually think you can't really, yeah. It's always gonna be a balance to prepare for a race like this, because even if you would be living here, you would be perfectly adapted to the conditions, but then because the conditions are so hard, you basically can't train at the same level as you could train if you were in more mild conditions, so you would also be slower. So it's like, it's always gonna be a balance, so yeah. It's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. My back.
You're going to build this here?
Yes.
For me, it's good.
I was gonna build it here and then take it to the mechanics and well, right now I'm not gonna put any of these right now. I'm just gonna put the wheels in.
So who's going to be the most deadly competitor?
Yeah, I think Hayden Wild is probably gonna be the most deadly if he makes the swim. That's an if, obviously, but if he's there, just because he races very aggressive. Like, I mean, Jelle I think is similarly good, but he races probably a little bit more passively, which makes, in my eyes, Hayden, yeah, even a little bit more dangerous. That's your wrong side.
It's funny because like Jelle was like someone who I never heard people speak about, and then he won Miami, and now he's the person that people mention the most.
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, but I mean, I've known Jelle for many, many years because we've been in the Belgian national short course team, obviously, for many years. We went to Olympics, yeah, in 2016. I think we did our first race together in 2011, like first international race at the European Champs for juniors. So I've known him since a long time, and I know his strengths. And he's actually like really, 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 really strong. Just not that good of a swimmer, maybe, which was really a problem in short course. And like, yeah, here I think if he can make it, he's really, really strong. But I think he in his very first couple of tries at the half, he kind of underperformed, I think, and I think he would agree on that. So that's maybe why people were like, it's not gonna be that good on this distance, but you just I don't know, you kind of just see him and you see that he's the kind of guy that, like, yeah, if he's there at the run, he's gonna be very, very strong, because he just looks kind of economical, you know, like he's a smaller guy, lighter build, good at the heat.
How would you describe his bike?
His bike riding, or his
Bike ability.
I don't know where's I'm having the wrong keys here. Yeah, like his bike is good. Like he's not the guy who's gonna solo breakaway or anything, but it's more than good enough to hang on pretty much anyone. And also, yeah, I've trained with him a lot, and I would say, strong, watts per kilo wise, he's probably one of the strongest guys I've ever trained with, actually.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, he's lighter, and this can also be a disadvantage in T100, for instance. Like, if the course is completely flat, it's about the watts, not about your watts per kilogram. So on those kind of courses, you would probably struggle a little bit more. But if there's a little bit of elevation, he's one of the strongest climbing athletes I've ever trained with, actually.
Some people are saying about the short course guys that they might go too hard too quick and blow up towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Hayden Wilde is famous for, no? No. I mean, yeah, like, it does take a bit of experience and yeah, just racing, racing experience. It's a different distance, you know, like it's very hard to completely nail it from the first time, and I think that's what you see with some of these guys. Like also Jelle, like I mentioned before, like he struggled maybe a little bit on his first couple races, but then once you get that feeling, that's when, yeah, you just know, like you start to know what your body can exactly do. And I think that's what, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Hayden, if he's gonna be racing a lot of the T100s, he's gonna figure it out, and he's not gonna be slowing down anymore towards the end of a race, I think. So that's when he's gonna be really dangerous.
Yeah, do you think that you guys who raced last year, do you actually think that you have an advantage knowing how this distance works?
Yeah, probably on the first couple of races we will have still a difference. Just because, yeah, you kind of know how the races work. You know how the dynamics work. Also the 20-meter drafting rule, which is the best rule. It's different than what they use in Ironman. So that as well, like that takes a bit of adaptation. And yeah, I think that having the experience from racing last year, and even knowing some of the courses already. I mean, I wasn't here in Singapore last year, but I'll have been in some of the other races that we're doing this year, and those are big advantages, especially on courses like here that aren't easy to access on race week. Like it's a massive city. Like we are not able to just go out on the course to train. So yeah, then it's a big advantage if you've already done that race and you can, yeah, even in the preparation before.
Are you going for the world title again this year?
Yes, of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I think it's gonna be very, very hard, but what's always been my strength is my consistency, and I think that's what T100 and this kind of racing rewards is your consistency. Like, I mean, I would love if I could win most of the races I start like last year, but I think that this year with the field that's there, I think no one's gonna do that. Maybe they're gonna surprise me, but so then the consistency is gonna be important. And yeah, like I say, that's my strength. So I hope that with having a good consistent season, I can be up there again and fight for the world title. And then obviously the last race in Qatar will be really important with the extra points.
So you think there's going to be like a real variation of winners this year?
Yeah, I think so. Because also, how do they say it? Different courses fit different horses or something like that. Like we saw last year, I mean, again, that's not to find excuse, but I think the course in Vegas, for instance, is really fit for Jelle. Light guy, we have a lot of elevation both on the bike and the run. So I think any year he's going to be very difficult to beat there. And then you have other courses, you know, like a more flat course, like in Ibiza. Well, it's not really flat, but it's more of like a long time trial road. It's not there anymore. Ibiza is not there anymore, no?
Nope.
Anyway, there is going to be some flat courses, and that's where more, the guys with maybe a bit more bike power can shine. And like, then there is some technical courses, then there is courses in the heat. So yeah, I think that everyone's gonna find something that fits them, and everyone's gonna find things that don't fit them. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
What was your favourite course last year?
Actually, I liked all of them that I did, I think. But maybe San Francisco, I liked it a lot just because it was always like, since being a child, it was kind of on my bucket list to do it. The escape from Alcatraz, so yeah, maybe that one, it's still a bit special.
And which one do you think you're most suited to from a skill point of view?
Probably something like Dubai. I like flat-ish run courses. I kind of like heat, but maybe not like too extreme. And then the bike is like the perfect mix between a couple of time trial parts, a bit technical, a little bit up and down. So yeah, I think for me the courses where there is like the most mix of anything, it's the best, because I'm also like, I'm not the strongest watts wise, but I'm not that heavy. I'm quite good technically. I'm quite good downhill. So yeah, I'm kind of your average guy. I need the average course with a bit of everything.
So if you're not the best watts wise, you really think it's like what makes you stand out and be the world champion is like the technical aspect of racing?
Yes, probably a bit. Like, I mean, you don't always need the most watts. When I see some of the guys, like their files after the race, or I hear them talking about how much they pushed, and then I think, oh, I had like 20 watts less, but I was as fast. So I don't know, maybe I'm more aerodynamic, maybe I think for instance last year in San Francisco, I was probably downhill just maybe braking a little bit less, and you know, like having those really little things that you have to push a little bit less out of every corner or whatever makes you just, it kind of snowballs into like towards the end of the race, it becomes an energy game. And if you've been able to do like to save energy in every single corner, every single downhill. That's when you are gonna be up there. So, and I think that's a strength of mine. Yeah.
Is that like a bit of a risk factor, like that you like taking the risk of not always leaning into braking, and other people maybe are a bit more fearful in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, I think that until now also, like, I'm really good at knowing and playing into my own strengths, because I would definitely, like, I do sometimes race quite aggressive, but I feel like I'm quite good at knowing when to use the aggressive style of racing and when to hold back and try to just save energy a bit. And I think that's maybe part of it, yeah.
And that was a huge issue for a lot of people last year, not knowing their limits.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Then you either blow up or like you are wasting energy in certain cases. So yeah.
Do you think that you've learned any new strengths? Like, do you have any new strengths coming into this season?
Not really. No, like, I mean, I think that just preparation's been kind of similar to last year. I mean, it's been different, but in the end, it's similar. I think, yeah, physically, I haven't changed very much. Yeah, not really anything changed, so I hope it's still enough. I mean, obviously, I know that the other guys are very hungry, so I need to be as hungry. But, yeah.
Oh, nice tan lines.
Well, burn lines. I was, yeah, my neck as well. It's pretty bad. Okay, I still have to put a chain and then I'm almost ready to go.
How do you find weeks like this, like race week?
You're
always having quite a good time, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if it's not too busy, because sometimes it does get a bit hectic, a race week. Like, it's what people don't see, you know. Like, you have to do, like, we have to do some appearances, and obviously, like, all kinds of media are jumping more on you. But then also, like, we still have this very complicated machine here that has to get in top shape, and then also this machine that has to get in top shape. So, you know, like, it's always really a balancing act, because actually you have probably a bit more time available, but there is also a lot more people and sides that want to take your time. So, yeah, in the end, you should spend enough time in your bed resting as well, if you want to perform. So, but I really enjoy it, because in the end, the race weeks are kind of the reward for all the hard training weeks. I try to see it a bit as that.
I feel like you built quite nice friendships in last season as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I feel like that this year I might turn it around and try to build some nice rivalries. Because I'm too nice with most people, but
You're gonna start some beef.
who knows? No. Well, I don't know. We'll see after this weekend. But no, like, I enjoy it. I actually really enjoy also coming at these races and getting to know everyone a little bit. You know, like, we're all in the same hotel. We see each other at the training venues, and, like, yeah, we're rivals, but in the end, yeah, we also rather, I don't know, go for lunch together. Oh shit, my food. I think I ordered food like really long ago. Uh-oh. Wait. This is a level 1. They won't send to your room. Oof. My food has been there for 30 minutes already. Well, anyway, it can wait another 5 minutes. There they are. Hello? What? Sorry. Yes? Yes? Okay. Okay. Can I come down or? Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll come. Bye. Well, I completely forgot. I was starting to feel a little bit like on a low. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like it's just nice, and I think that most triathletes that I've met are very friendly people. So it's it's fun to in the race weeks to get to know all of them. And
are you dedicating yourself fully to T100 this year?
No.
Okay. Don't answer that then.
Well, I just did an Ironman.
You...
Well, but the thing is, if Christian and Magnus and Sam Laidlaw are too scared to sign a T100 contract, then I kind of have to go and meet them somewhere to show hopefully that T100 is where they should be.
Are you sad that Taylor Knibb's not here?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that, well, actually, I don't know if most of the women are sad. Because obviously it gives opportunities, but yeah, I think everyone in the end wants to raise the best people. So I think she's been putting on some very amazing one-woman shows last year, and yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't know what she's going through. So hopefully, it's nothing bad, and she's there for the next races and to defend her title. So yeah, it's a bit of a bummer that she's not here.
Right, final one. What do you want from this season?
Well, I mean, I want to win the T100 series again, but also I just want to have fun and like measure myself against all these new big names that are joining us. I think it will be a very interesting year and even closer finishes than last year, hopefully.